some people think that I never get to fly economy, but today I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm flying in economy class from Adelaide through to Saigon with Singapore Airlines, so it's obviously via Singapore. Now the nice thing is this is on their brand new aircraft. This aircraft only left Toulouse 3 weeks ago. Entered commercial service with Singapore Airlines 2 weeks ago, and today I'm flying that A350-900 through to Singapore. I'm then jumping on board a new 787-10 to get me to Saigon. Flying economy class both legs, so we'll get to see what the newest Singapore Airlines economy class is like. Now, I've never had a bad flight with Singapore Airlines, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Join me and we'll do it together. It's time to fly. Let's go. Thank you. How are you?
Very fine, thank you. May I?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
First impressions, this new aircraft is sensational. Really, really beautiful looking aircraft. Nice, roomy economy class cabin. This is the product that's going to be flying out of Adelaide, obviously, from now on. Also out of Brisbane and Perth. There's already some of these flying out of Brisbane. Perth, gradually the flights will all be changed as well. This will become the standard for Singapore Airlines once all their A330s have disappeared. So it's a very nice looking product.
On this flight, I was sitting in seat 64A, which gave me the perfect view of the wing and its exquisitely designed wingtip. I would be spending a lot of this flight looking out the window. Whilst we enjoy the views of suburban Adelaide, let me remind you to please consider subscribing to my channel. All the cool kids are doing it. As you've seen, the economy class cabin is laid out in a 3-3-3 configuration with 9 seats across. Therefore, if you're travelling as a couple, one of you will be sitting in the middle seat. This may require a game of paper, rock and scissors to work out who the unlucky one is. There are 2 main economy class cabins with a total of 263 economy seats on this regional version of the Singapore Airlines A350-900. One feature that I thought was really good was the size of the overhead luggage bins. They were huge, so there was no issues of finding a place to put your bag. Despite the size, the cabin itself was really roomy, with high ceilings and lighting to help to create the effect. Now let's have a good look at these seats. I really liked them. They were comfortable and offered good support. They appeared to be a slimline design, but with substance. I also thought the legroom was really good for an economy flight. One really nice feature of these seats is the adjustable headrest, which can be moved up and down, and the side flaps can be folded in for extra comfort. The tray table is a really good design, even coming with a mirror so you can make final adjustments before you start taking selfies. Above the tray table is an additional cup holder. On these latest generation aircraft, Singapore Airlines have removed the entertainment screen remote. This saves space and allows for a large, very responsive touch screen, which you can move for the perfect viewing angle. More on the system itself later. Under each screen is a USB port, and between each seat there's a universal power point. The recline on the seats is not huge, which is probably a good thing, as it means the person in front of you won't be in your face when they recline. The other nice thing about these seats is that they were brand new, so everything worked and everything was spotlessly clean. Singapore Airlines is a full-service airline and has always had a reputation for the quality of its in-flight service. This flight was no exception, with the crew working non-stop for the entire flight. Before we even took off, the service started with a large, thick, business class quality hot towel. Once we were in the air, it was time for a drink and snack service. On the menu today was Turkish pide, either chicken or vegetarian. I went for the veggie one and it was very tasty. I washed it down with some cloud juice. Then, about 4 hours into the flight, a full lunch was served. Beef and fish were the options, and I went with the fish, which again was very tasty. That said, so was a smoked salmon and potato salad. For dessert, the crew came around with ice cream. Being brand new, this aircraft featured the very latest version of Singapore Airlines' Krisworld entertainment system. This system really is excellent. As I mentioned before, the touchscreen was very responsive and provided excellent picture quality. There were plenty of choices of things to watch and listen to, and a great interactive route map. This aircraft was Wi-Fi enabled, however for some reason the system was playing up and did not work on this particular flight. This wasn't really a bad thing, because for me the best entertainment was out the window. The views of the Aussie landscapes of the far northwest of the country were simply stunning. While we're enjoying the views, I just want to give a shout out to Dashlane. Yes, I know it's an advert, however Dashlane have been really supporting the aviation YouTube community lately, and for that they should be thanked. Also, they have a sensational product. I've been using their password manager and digital ID app for about 6 months now, and I love it. Dashlane has made my life easier and more secure. Rather than remembering dozens of passwords and which email addresses they are linked to, I now only have to remember one. Their autofill feature saves heaps of time, and the one-step checkout process means I no longer have to type out my credit card details when shopping online. It's brilliant. Their VPN connection is great for travelling when I'm using public Wi-Fi networks, and it's just got even better that you can now choose your VPN server location from 23 different countries. So you can access content globally that would otherwise be blocked. Dashlane are giving my viewers 2 months free when they sign up for a 12-month subscription. To get started, simply click on the link below and use the coupon code Dennis. You can see that this is a factory fresh aircraft. Look how clean the internal wing mechanisms look. That was first flight done. Now off to Saigon. That was fantastic. Thank you. Bye-bye. Now, let's go and have a look at Changi Airport, where they've just had a whole new redevelopment, so I'm really looking forward to seeing this. The thing that I love most about Changi Airport, you're off the plane and straight into the terminal. You're not herded through security, down some corridors, etc. Security here is done as you get on board the plane, so it's a much better way. That's why, or one of the reasons I love this airport. So this new development with the waterfall and everything is not actually airside, it's landside. It's this shopping development. So you get on the train from Terminal 2 to Terminal 3 and it takes you straight through it. It's like being on a ride in Epcot. Have a look at this. Unfortunately, it's only a short stop over here in Changi Airport this time, so the cactus garden, the butterfly garden and the swimming pool will have to wait until next time. This next sector is on another brand new aircraft. It's the 787-10. Now, I was on the inaugural flight from Perth to Singapore of this one last year. Tried out the regional business class, which was a brand new product, the launch service for that product. If you haven't checked out my review, do check that out, it's on the channel.
This time, again, I'm in economy class, so I get to see both ends of the aircraft. Looking forward to it though, so join me, let's go.
You've heard about me.
I'll try to behave. Thank you.
Just like the A350, this aircraft had two main economy class cabins which are laid out in a 333 configuration with 9 seats across. The seats on the 787-10 are almost identical to those on the A350, however for some reasons the ones on the A350 seemed a little more comfortable. I think the base of these seats was just a little bit harder. Other than that, these seats had all the same features, including the well-designed tray table and headrests. The back of the seats have a slightly different design, with the USB port and headphone jack being more easily accessible. The only other difference is that on this flight I had somebody sitting next to me. It looks like everybody wants to go to Vietnam, and this flight was completely full.
Cheers, here's to a great flight.
The flight from Singapore to Saigon was only 1 hour and 37 minutes. Again, the crew were excellent. Dinner was served. I went with the beef, which was covered in rice. It was okay. The 787-10 has the same new version of the Krisworld entertainment system as the A350. It worked well, and I watched an episode of the UK version of Shark Tank. The Wi-Fi was working on this flight, but I didn't use it. It is charged by the amount of data, and I found it rather expensive for relatively low data amounts. Again, the real entertainment was out the window. The extra-large 787 windows and their electronic shading system combined to give me some stunning views. After this breathtaking display, we descended down into Saigon just as the day ended.
We've arrived in Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City. Fantastic flight. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, that is lovely. I can honestly say I've never ever had a bad Singapore Airlines crew. It's always been fantastic. Definitely. Thank you. Bye-bye. Really, really nice two flights. And how fantastic is it to fly the two newest aircraft in the world, the A350-900 and the 787-10, both on the same day. Thank you. Lovely. That was brilliant.
2 minutes, get me in?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. If you haven't done so yet, please do check out my channel where you'll find a whole lot of other reviews, and there's some really cool ones coming up. So please do subscribe. I'd really, really appreciate it. Thanks again for your support, and as always, happy travels.